Hello, America. I'm Mark Levin, and this is Life, Liberty, and Levin Sunday. Thank you for being here. We have two great guests tonight, Newt Gingrich and Alan Dershowitz. But before we get to them, what's taking place now in the Biden regime is flat-out sabotage. They're sabotaging the incoming Trump administration. They're sabotaging the electorate. In many respects, they're trying to make permanent what they did in the last 4 years. In so many respects, we can't catch them in all these efforts. The bureaucracy's too big, and there's simply too many rules and regulations and activities taking place. But we can catch them on a lot. Now, we know that Joe Biden has used public office to enrich himself over the years. And we know already that on the way out, he wants to protect himself. And so he gives Hunter Biden a pardon for crimes he committed, crimes he didn't commit, crimes in the future, anything and everything to cover himself. So Joe Biden will leave the presidency a multimillionaire. He'll be able to spend time getting a tan at Rehoboth Beach, wandering around Wilmington, wondering where he is. He'll do just fine. So Joe Biden will leave office a much wealthier man than he entered. And I find this to be fairly consistent. Obama, Al Gore, really the only one who won't will be Donald Trump. And so we have that. We talked last week at some length about the White House is discussing preemptive pardons for those in the Trump crosshairs, is the way the Politico puts it, which is a left-wing rag of a website. But that would be a horrific and grave violation of what the framers intended. But Joe Biden's very good at that. But there's more going on now. You've probably heard recently that Joe Biden commuted about 1,500 jail sentences, and he granted 39 pardons. And then he pats himself on the back for being very righteous about it. It's the largest single-day grant of clemency in American history, and he's not done. He plans more. So Joe Biden is sitting around, not conducting himself in the day-to-day business as president, but trying to figure out how to cover his ass and that of his family members, how to protect his political friends and partners and so forth and so on, and how to screw Donald Trump in the incoming administration. Because that's who Joe Biden is, and that's what Joe Biden is. So we have these huge numbers of commutations and pardons, and part of it is to hide what he's really doing. To hide what he's really doing. He talks about all these people, they have harsher sentences than they would have otherwise had. Oh, thanks, Joe. So here's the man that was talking about upholding our criminal justice system, our civil system, while he's trashing Donald Trump year after year. But now he's trashing the entire system as he trashed the entire system when he was chasing Donald Trump. This is a bad man. This is a bad regime. The sooner they're broomed out, the better. Joe Biden commutes sentences of all those people he commuted for two of Chicago area's most notorious fraudsters. Did you know that? You can thank the Chicago Tribune, not the New York Slimes or the Washington Compost or the rest of them. No, they didn't catch it. The Tribune did, because this is in their backyard. He commuted the sentences of two of Chicago area's most notorious fraudsters, former Dixon Comptroller Rita Crudwell, who embezzled nearly $54 million from the tiny town to fund a lavish lifestyle, and Eric Bloom, one-time leader of a Northbrook management firm who defrauded investors of more than $665 million. Now, why would he do something like that? Kindred spirits, that's why. But Biden quietly commuted sentences of Chinese spies, writes the Federalist, Brianna Lyman. President Biden announced that he was granting 39 pardons and 1,499 commutations, what his administration called the largest single-day grant of clemency in American history. They're proud of this. Look at us. We're lawless as hell. Catch us if you can. He gave commutations to 3 Chinese spies. Now, why would he do that? Because they say, they infer, they imply there's some kind of swap that took place. I have a different view. The communist Chinese came calling, said, look, we've paid for your ridiculous lifestyle and that of your family long enough. You're our Manchurian candidate. You're our Manchurian president. And we need some payback. You haven't given us enough. It's like the mob dealing with the mob. And so they get their spies back. Did you know this? Under the condition that you never come back, like they're going to come back. But there's a lot more than that. In his effort to sabotage the Trump administration, we talk about Doge, and we talk about Musk, and we talk about Vivek. But there's an effort now to cripple what they want to do before they can do it. Here's AP, the last actions the Biden administration will take before Trump takes over the White House. And they list some of them: getting infrastructure spending out of the door. They want to get hundreds of billions, up to $1 trillion out, because it's just sitting there. So when the president, Donald Trump, comes in and he wants to cut spending, Biden's going to make it much harder for him. And so that's what they're doing. They want to speed up environmental goals. In other words, the iron fist of the federal government to destroy capitalism, your automobile, and all the rest. They're going to push out as many grants, as many regulations as humanly possible before they leave. Billions of dollars worth of regulations. The Energy Department, 28 deals totaling $37 billion granted under a clean energy loan program. Wow, that's another $37 billion out the door. Let's see, $1 trillion, $37 billion. Ukraine aid, they can't push that out the door fast enough. And Ukraine loans and so forth and so on. Now, you and I may disagree on Ukraine, but we don't disagree that Joe Biden shouldn't be doing what he's doing now to undermine what Donald Trump wants to do with Ukraine and Russia. It's absolutely outrageous. Pressure to quickly confirm judicial picks. They're picking not just liberals, the most radical, extremist, absolute America-hating kooks to go into the judiciary for the purpose of doing what? Thwarting the will of the people, thwarting the will of the elected branches of government, so they could impose the will, whether it's wokeism, whether it's open borders, whether it's citizenship for illegal aliens. That way, when they bring their lawsuits to challenge the Trump administration, they win. And they're trying to load it up on the way out the door. Isn't that nice? Department of Education, they're trying to finalize new rules that would cancel student loans. The court has already said it's unconstitutional. That's never bothered Joe Biden before, because Trump's against democracy and Joe Biden's for it. The Hill, Democrats press Biden to protect executive branch from Trump's return. The lawmakers want President Biden to get aggressive and creative with unilateral actions. A mobster dictator. We want democracy. We want democracy. No, they don't. These people are autocrats through and through. With unilateral actions in the final weeks of his administration, the idea is to protect the Democrat Party's victories and to fortify the Justice Department, the intelligence agencies, and other offices in Trump's crosshairs. There's a lot that the Biden administration could do, and I know they've done some scenario planning, said Representative Jared Huffman of California. It would be a huge political malpractice for them not to anticipate this scenario and have some plans in place. They love their little dictatorship, don't they? Biden administration rulemaking blitzes aims to Trump-proof the federal government. Washington Examiner, having withdrawn from his re-election bid and acknowledged the possibility that former President Trump may succeed him, Biden has worked with Democrats and his federal agencies to lock in a legacy that won't be easy for Trump to erase. And it goes on. I've said the bureaucracy belongs to the Democrats, and they will fight to the death to protect it, to grow it, to give it monies that it doesn't even need, because that's how they rule over us, the unelected branches. The massive leviathan that is the bureaucracy and the federal judiciary with lifetime appointments. When they win elections, they have a mandate. When we win elections, they still claim a mandate. Isn't it funny? No, it's disgusting. Biden administration quietly renewed controversial $10 billion Iran sanctions waiver 2 days after the election day. So here they are taking credit for weakening Iran when they keep funding it. You know what this is? None dare call it treason, but why? This is treason. To keep funding the enemy like this, that's on its last legs, when Donald Trump is about to come into office, when the Israelis are trying to take them out in their nuclear sites, and they lift sanctions, or they won't enforce them, and there's another $10 billion to the regime in Tehran, which, by the way, slaughters its own people, particularly hates gay people, particularly hates women. It's just unbelievable. So they slip another $10 billion to them before they go out the door. Sabotage. Biden administration says it's surging deliveries to Ukraine as Trump criticizes its decision to allow U.S. weapons to strike inside Russia. Trump has a plan. He was elected president of the United States, commander-in-chief, to try and find a way to bring a ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine. He's already working on it, and these guys are undermining him. They're undermining him. But they don't care. Here's another one, Washington Times. Democrats beg Biden to expand amnesty for illegal immigrants before Trump takes office. We have a level of temporary and permanent amnesty that's going on in this country right now like we've never seen in American history. They are processing these people. They are pushing them through as fast as they can. They're changing the rules. They're changing the deadlines. They urge Mr. Biden, flex unilateral powers such as the temporary protected status and deferred enforced departure, both of which grant up to 18 months of amnesty from deportation for illegal immigrants. So don't just push them out. Keep them here. Oh, and they disappear. Oh, well, them and 325,000 undocumented children, that is, children that are unaccompanied. Oh, and a couple 100,000 women, they're missing, sold into sex slavery. A little bit of despotism is okay when the goal is the monopoly, centralized power of the Democrat Party. You know, those tools are supposed to be used in cases where someone's home country is suffering unrest of a disaster that makes it unsafe to return, but they're using it in all cases. They're following the law that they make up. Here's another one. They held Biden administration races to cement climate gains. What are they doing? The Biden administration is sprinting to finalize the unfinished pieces of its climate policy, from fully dispersing Inflation Reduction Act funds to getting final regulations out the door. We're talking about $1 trillion going to these radical front groups, going to these legal groups, just pushing it out as fast as they can. They're raining money on the left. Oh, look at this one. New York Post. Biden administration quietly clears away border wall parts for auction ahead of Trump's second term. Biden administration is reportedly spending their final weeks quietly clearing away unused southern border wall materials to put up for auction, a move characterized by some lawmakers as an apparent ploy to sabotage Donald Trump's goal to secure the U.S.-Mexican border. Alarming footage taken by a U.S. Customs and Border agent captured numerous flatbed trucks hauling away dismantled sections of the steel wall near Tucson, Arizona, a hot spot for illegal crossings, with the agents estimating a half-mile's worth of parts are being removed daily. They're selling them pennies on the dollar, your tax dollars. So when Trump wants to rebuild these areas and build the wall in the rest of these areas, now you and me, the taxpayers, we're going to have to pay the full load. These are impeachable offenses. Some of this stuff involving foreign policy are treasonous offenses. It's all so thoroughly corrupt. Biden pushes out over $100 billion in clean energy grants as term winds down. This is Reuters. Biden's administration has awarded over $100 billion in grants created by its signature climate law. The administration hopes the spending milestone will help to continue the deployment of clean energy. Oh, yeah, they've done a hell of a job, haven't they? Doesn't the air feel cleaner and the water cleaner thanks to Joe Biden? No. I feel every time I watch this guy that I need to take a shower. I'm using up more water during the Biden administration than ever before because I always feel dirty from these people. Isn't it amazing? All this money that they have. Look at this one, EPA. Biden-Harris administration, and this is the EPA bragging about it, announces over $735 million in selections for clean, heavy-duty vehicles as part of investing in the American agenda. Wow, when did they do this? 3 days ago. And it goes on and on and on as they talk about spending nearly $1 billion. Look at this, the USDA. Biden-Harris administration announces nearly $335 million in grants to support private forest land management and conservation as part of Biden's Investing in America agenda. $335 million. When did they announce this? Oh, 3 days ago. This is just, they're pushing the money out, pushing it out as fast as they can for every conceivable program. Now, while all this is going on, I'm going to make a guarantee. I guarantee you they're destroying documents, they're destroying email, they're destroying text, they're covering their tracks. Many administrations do. You see, Donald Trump and his administration really is the only administration with the National Archives going to the United States Department of Justice at the behest of the White House counsel's office, that would be the Biden regime, criminally investigated a former president and an administration for violations of the so-called Presidential Records Act and then the Espionage Act. Oh, yeah, remember the Espionage Act? I do. Look at this, 31 charges against Trump under the Espionage Act. You know what this is now? Precedent, Joe. Well, retribution, excuse me. Equal justice under the law. You leftists might want to call it equity. This is precedent, legal precedent, judicial precedent. It's very important that the incoming Trump administration go through the bureaucracies, go through the White House and see any documents that were taken under the Presidential Records Act, any documents that were destroyed in the Espionage Act. You see, Joe Biden has a habit of stealing classified information. He did it from the Senate SCIF. He did it as vice president. He's done it as president. He puts it near his car. He puts it in his underwear. He puts it, God knows what he does. But this should not be ignored. The Archivist of the United States, the one who turned on Donald Trump and encouraged the Department of Justice to go after him, I don't believe that archivist is there anymore. They appointed a new one in 2023, did Biden. Well, Donald Trump gets to appoint a new one with advice and consent from the Senate. That should be job number one. Broom the old out, bring in the new. Absolutely. So that needs to be done. So there needs to be a very, very serious examination if the Presidential Records Act and the Espionage Act were violated by Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, the Attorney General, the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense, and the other 3,300 political appointees in this administration and their civil servants, brothers and sisters. And one other thing, the January 6th committee. Remember now, Donald Trump and his team will have access to and authority over these departments and these records. They will now have access. They can see what was done to Donald Trump. Unless, of course, there was obstruction and the destruction of records, in which case people need to be prosecuted. We learned this from Biden. We learned this from Garland. We learned this from the unconstitutional headhunter, Smith. We learned this from the media. This is all good. So good needs to be practiced by the Trump administration. But this January 6th committee sticks in my craw. They were all appointed by Pelosi, even the two reprobate Republicans. They're referring information to the Department of Justice and the Criminal Division, to Jack Smith, urging the criminal investigation and more, the indictment of Donald Trump for various number of federal criminal offenses. That was their assertion, based on the information that they were turning over. Now, some backbencher legal analysts will say the speech and debate clause protects these members of Congress. Not from this. I've thought about this. When the information and evidence is provided to the executive branch, to federal prosecutors, to the FBI, for the stated purpose of pursuing criminal charges against individuals, including Donald Trump, that's a different story. That's not a congressional function. That's not protected by the speech and debate clause. That extends well beyond their constitutional duties as members of Congress, as a committee of Congress, and as Congress, period. So if you are referring information which you want to be used in the criminal prosecution of certain individuals, including Donald Trump, you are trying to influence it. You're trying to interfere with it. You're trying to create it. And you've destroyed potentially exculpatory information for Donald Trump and other defendants. Or you have cherry-picked information from certain witnesses. Or you're censoring critical information. You're obstructing a criminal investigation. You, members of Congress, you, Committee of Congress, you destroyed all that information because it wasn't helpful to you. The Pelosi Committee, the Stalinist Committee, you referred information to the Department of Justice, urging them to bring charges against Donald Trump and others. That's way out of your lane. That is not protected under the speech and debate clause. And in my humble opinion, that needs to be examined too. So, elections have consequences. I think I heard that somewhere. Well, this one does too. We'll be right back.